swimming the 200 backstrokes, going over the 100 this time.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. We certainly have got that in the first two events. In the 13-14 age group, we've got Lucas Brown going for that double. In the 15-16 age group, Sam Glass in the same situation. Not quite the same situation in the 17 and over, but we do have Mark Ford. First time we've seen Mark today, so Mark's doubling up tonight with the 100 back and then the 200 fly. Mark, one of the best juniors on the Scottish team at the minute, just back from Geneva last weekend where he had a very successful meet, and yeah, looking forward to seeing Mark tonight for sure.
Yeah, and he's been a great supporter of the Scottish Schools Championships over the years. He holds a number of the age group records, right back from like the 12-year-olds. So he's seen the Scottish Schools Championships come right through the ages of his swimming career, hasn't he? He
has, Paul, and you know, probably best known for his 50-metre back, where he's kind of started off in that 12 and under. Of course, they don't do that in the older age groups now, and many people, you know, would perhaps see Mark doubling up in the 100 and 200 back, but he's chosen not to do that. He goes down the 200 fly, 100 back route, which I think, you know, keep as many options open as he possibly can, keep those strokes going, and keeping all his options open as he hopes to progress, you know, from the juniors in the next year or two.
Well, we'll see how he goes tonight, and into the 200 metres butterfly for girls now. Lucy Gray back in the water, Mark's Scottish teammate.
Yeah, I think one of the great highlights for me, Lucy again was with Mark last weekend in Geneva. Lucy's one of the athletes that you talked about going for the double. She won the 100 earlier in a new meet record as well, so she's looking to double up in the longer event tonight. She's got a couple of silver medalists from this morning against her, Catherine Bailey in the 400 free this morning, and Lauren Chalmers in the 400 AM, so both of those girls will be looking to give Lucy a good run for money, but she's going to be difficult to beat. She's in great form at the minute, had a great short course national championship in December, and clearly in fine form.
200 butterfly for the boys as well. Mark Ford will be going again in that 100 freestyle for the women. But see Emma Russell from Woodmill going for another title as well. And Stefan Kravic goes in the 100 freestyle for the boys. He set a record this afternoon, going for another record.
Yeah, another very talented swimmer. Stefan started out best known as a butterfly swimmer, but broke so many records in all strokes. Doesn't seem to matter what event he does, he's in there, he's winning and he's breaking records. And again, he's looking to double up. We've had one double today, Ellie Turner. We should talk about Ellie. Ellie doubled up in the 100 and 200 back and broke records in both, which is fantastic. So we'll see if Stefan can repeat that tonight.
Swimmers for the first event, we have to give mention to our sponsors, Brody's, as well. As you saw in the intro tonight, there we see the lineup for the first event. We saw in the intro Brody's. It's the 14th year that they've sponsored these championships, so very well done to Brody's for doing that. Great supporter of school swimming in Scotland.
Certainly that's the case, and we're very grateful to their support. We're just getting some backstroke ledges put out for the first event, 100 back. Two heats, as Paul mentioned, heat declared winner. Lucas Brown going in heat 2, looking to do the double, but we've actually got the first 8 from the 200 going in that second heat, so some quality backstrokers, all the best young swimmers in Scotland here today, and it's great to see.
Absolutely stacked that second heat, but the first heat now coming up now, we saw this morning, but we got a medalist from the first heat as well, so if you can, you know, put a marker down in that first heat, you've always got a chance of hitting the medal podium. It's going to be quite tough for these swimmers, though. As you said, the quality in the second heat is absolutely immense, but the first heat about to go now.
Yeah, so in this heat, lane 0, we've got Jamie Gilchrist from Mearns Castle. Lane 1, we've got David Traynor from Mar College. Lane 2, Cedar Gullen from Erskine Stuart Melville. Lane 3, David Smythe from Glenwood. Lane 4, Evan Boyd, St Joseph's Academy. Lane 5, Jack Lorimer, Allen Academy. Lane 6, Ethan Stewart from Airdrie. Lane 7, Cal Muirhead from James Young. Lane 8, Alex Thompson from Bucky. And Lane 9, Murray Jameson from Mackey Academy. So our first event of the night, event 301, the boys 13-14 100 metre backstroke. 2 heats, heat declared winner as Paul's already mentioned, so the boys just get one shot at this, and it's no surprise to see the middle lanes going out quick, and at this time it's lane 5, Jack Lorimer, Ellen Academy swimmer, entry time 1:11.45, just 1/100th of a second slower than the fastest qualifier in lane 4, Evan Boyd. But it's certainly Jack leading the way, 32.83. That's pretty quick down that first 50, and already he's beginning to sort of build up a bit of a gap here. Second place looks like it's is lane 4, Evan Boyd. In third place, going well, is lane 2. We've got Cedar Gullen. This side of the pool pretty close between lanes 6, 7, 8 and 9, but there's no doubt who's going to win this heat. It's going to be lane 5. It's going to be Jack Lorimer. He's going to set the time for the next heat. Jack representing Elan Academy, and he's going to come in. We'll look at his time. He's going to touch first in 1:09.67, so a good improvement on his entry time there. So a strong swim. He puts the marker down for heat 2.
Yeah, very good improvement indeed. 1:09.67, so almost 2 seconds better than the entry time he did. These entry times, of course, done in the regional qualifying held for the schools all throughout the country and throughout Scotland over the last, probably over the last 6 months or so. Certainly the tail end of last year. So Jack Lorimer making that improvement, and that's the target for these swimmers in this second heat. And as we said, John, this is absolutely stacked full of talent. Bailey McGinley from Braes High goes in 0. Sean C. Griffiths, Harriet's in 1. Kyle Wong just missed out in the middle in the 200 back. He goes for Renfrew in lane 2. Thomas Ingles from Dumbarton Academy in 3. Lucas Brown, the winner of the 200. He goes in lane 4. Next to the silver medalist from the 200, Calvin McDonald from Bucksburn. Alex Robin from Hutchison Grammar in 6. Aaron Gilmurray from St Paul's in 7. Leighton Burr from Inverurie in 8. And Alex Scott, the surprise winner of the bronze medal in the 200. He goes out there in lane number 9. Can he spring another surprise from the outside lane? Well, Lucas Brown certainly means business here. He's gone out really positively, trying maybe to have a look at that Scottish Schools record, which stands at 103.74, and he's gone out 29.84 in that first 50. So Lucas Brown certainly meaning business here. He's well clear of the rest of the field. Second position, Calvin McDonald just about holding on to that second place. Also going well, it's Kyle Wong up there in lane number 2. But Lucas Brown now, he's on his way home. He is going to do the double. He won the 200 backstroke earlier today, and he is going to take this 100 backstroke as well. Into the wall now. 103.74 is the record. It's going to be very close to that, and he's inside it. 102.18. Lucas Brown will take it in a new Scottish Championship record. Another schools record for Lucas Brown. Excellent swimming from the young man from Elgin. It's another title for him. The silver medal again will go to Calvin McDonald, and the bronze medal to Kyle Wong, who goes one better than he did in the 200.
A fantastic swim from Lucas there, and it's Mark's Ford record he's taken down there, Paul. So a fantastic scalp to get for Lucas. He'll be very pleased with his day's works. He looks in great form at this time of the season. So a fantastic start to tonight's finals for Lucas. Absolutely tremendous swim.
And we've started well, a record in their very first event. That's what we like to see.
Moving on to the older age group, the 15-16 boys. In lane 0 we have Sam Curry from Perth High School. Lane 1 Blair Wardlaw from Balwearie. Lane 2 we have Ben Brown from Cumbernauld. Lane 3 Greer van der Meulen from Stirling High. Lane 4 Jack Brown from George Watchlands College. Lane 5 Ewan Beatty from Boroughmuir. Lane 6 Blair Johnson from Beauclair Academy. Lane 7 Ewan Dunst from James Young. Lane 8 Adam Brooks from Clydeview Academy. And lane 9 Andrew Brady from Hazelhead. So follow that, a great start to the night from Lucas, and we go now in heat 1 of event 302. Our 15-16 boys, and going down the first 50, it looks like it's going to be at the turn. It's going to be lane 5, Ewan Beatty, 30.96 for Ewan. He leads the way. Second place we have in lane number 4, Jack Brown. Third place we have Ewan Dunst in lane 7. Ewan, the bronze medalist from the 200 back earlier today. So Ewan going well. And now we've got a three-way go, lanes 4, 5 and 7. We've got Jack Brown in 4, Ewan Beatty in 5, Ewan Dunst in 7. Very close between these three swimmers. Who's going to get this as they come under the flags with 5 metres to go? It's all going to be on the touch. We've got Jack in 4, Ewan in 5, and Ewan in 7, and it goes by 1/100th a second to Jack Brown in lane 4. Second place Ewan Dunst in lane 7. Third place, Ewan Beatty in lane 3. Just 1/100th of a second there between first and second. Jack Brown from Watson's just getting a touch.
Oh, it was all on the touch, wasn't it, at the finish? That all-important dive for the wall there. And Jack Brown just about timed it right. 104.84 for Jack, and it's almost bang on the entry time that he had, 104.85. So he's improved that by 100, so good swim there from Jack Brown and Ewan Dunce as well. 104.84 is the target for the swimmers that you see on your screen. They will swim in the second heat of the boys 15-16 years 100 backstroke. Craig McDonald right at the top of the screen there from Glasgow School of Sport. Dylan Cashmore from Kyle Academy in 1. Angus Johnson from Beauclair Academy in 2. Travis Davey from Perth High School in 3. Jake Kirkham from Grangemouth High in 4. Sam Glass, the winner of the 200 goals in lane 5. Callum Dunn, the silver medalist in the 200 in 6. Ryan King from Auchmuty in 7. Kieran Brickenser from Port Lethen in 8. And Cameron Palmer from Bells Hill in lane 9, right at the bottom of your screen. Very, very even start right across the pool. The two swimmers in the yellow lane markers right in the centre of the pool in 4 and 5. 5 being closest to us. Callum Dunn from Kyle Academy. In fact, Sam Glass from in lane number 5 from Boroughmuir, and Jake Kirkham is in lane number 4. So Sam Glass, the winner of the 200, takes it out strongly. 29.56 for him. Looks like he's got a very slender lead over Jake Kirkham, but Jake Kirkham trying to come back now. Very, very close now. Jake Kirkham looking pretty strong here as he comes up alongside Sam Glass, but the green cap of Sam Glass looks like he might just hold on to this. I wonder if Jake Kirkham's got anything left in the closing stages now. Sam Glass comes under the flags and he is going to take this one. Sam Glass will win again. Another gold medal for him. 101.49 the winning time. Jake Kirkham in second position, 102.11, and a real tussle for third. Travis Davey wins that one in 104.53, only just faster than that previous heat.
What a fantastic race that was, Paul. And yes, Sam has doubled up, won the 200 earlier today and doubled up now in the 100, so another great day for him. We're now going to move on to the older boys, 17 to 19, 100 metre backstroke. But there's the confirmation of that result. Sam Glass winning ahead of Jake Kirkham and Travis Davey. We've only got one heat in the older age group, but it's again full of quality. Event 303 in lane 0, Finlay Strachan from Afford Academy. Lane 1, Ewan MacDonald, Our Ladies. Lane 2, Jamie Ferguson from Lasswade. Lane 3, Conor Massey, Glasgow Academy. Lane 4, Mark Ford, St Aloysius. Lane 5, Michael Flynn, Cumbernauld. Lane 6, Ewan Curry, Ellen Academy. Lane 7, Kerr Lumsden, Moneyfield High School. Lane 8, Joshua Aspinall from George Watson's College. And Lane 9, Andrew Airy from Grandtown Grammar. Strong favourite, Lane 4, Mark Ford. First time we've seen him in the water today. Fastest entry time, 56.5. And he's set off like an absolute house on fire here. He's got Conor Massey, the bronze medalist from the 200, next to him in lane 3. Michael Flynn in lane 5. But at the minute, Mark is looking really, really quick down this first 50, and he's going to team with a big lead. Second place in lane 3 for Conor Massey. Third place in lane 5 for Michael Flynn. But this is all about Mark Ford against the clock. The current record in this event is 59 seconds. It's massively under threat. Mark Ford coming down this second 50, swam in Geneva last week as part of the Scottish squad. Actually came fourth in the Open in the 50 metres, which is a fantastic result against some of the top European swimmers. And he's going to back that up this afternoon. He's going to take ahead of him Conor Massey takes silver, and Mark Ford with an outstanding swim and a new Scottish schools record takes the gold medal.
Yeah, superb stuff from Mark Ford. He was the favourite to do that. His entry time well inside of that Scottish schools record. Remember, you can only set the Scottish schools record at this championships. It's a one-off event. You have to do it on the day. You can't do it over the course of a year. It has to be done on the day. And Mark Ford has bettered that record by a good couple of seconds there. Superb swim for Mark Ford to take that one. And that is the conclusion of the 100 backstroke. So we'll move on to the medal presentation for those 100 backstroke. Scott Haxton, President of the Scottish Schools Swimming Association, will make the presentations for the 13-14 years. Kyle Wong, the bronze medalist. Calvin McDonald, the silver medalist again. 2 silver medals for Calvin. And the winner, again, John Lucas Brown. Great swim, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I don't know if it spurred Mark on in that last event, but what a great swim from Lucas. One of the best swims of the day. 102.19. Absolutely smashed the field. Absolutely 5 seconds faster than any other swimmer. And a nice double for Lucas, having previously won the 200 metre backstroke early in the day. And at the start of this long course season, a great marker Lucas has put down there. Some good things happening up in Elgin, some great swimmers starting to come through there, and a really good swim from Lucas.
Yeah, great stuff from Lucas Brown. Take another title here, and it was another double win for another one of the swimmers here, Sam Glass from Boroughmuir. Travis Davey from Perth High School, he takes the bronze medal for this one. Came through strongly. At the end, Jake Kirkham, well, challenged for the lead there. It looked like it was going to be a real tussle right into the wall there, but Sam Glass was just slightly stronger in the closing stages there.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. This was the race. This, out of the 3 finals that we've just seen, this was the one with a proper race all the way down that second 50. Sam and Jake, stroke for stroke, really never more than a body length between them. It was great to see. And Sam just had that little edge in the last 10 metres, and he's doubled up, so it's been a great day for him as well.
Yeah, we've seen it's kind of been like that throughout the day, hasn't it? We've seen some great contests, some really, really close finishes, and then we've seen people dominate races and do absolute quality times. It's been a real kind of different aspect on almost every race we've had. It's kind of followed that pattern all the way through, hasn't it?
It has, and talking about dominating races, here we've got the master, Mark Ford, who clearly did that. 57.94, a new record, and he'd almost put the race to bed in the first 25 metres. Explosive start from Mark, fantastic underwater, and by the time 25 metres had gone, he'd already got a couple of body lengths lead, and against a good quality field as well, Paul. These are good swimmers, and Mark's just really just blown them away in that race.
Yeah, real quality. Mark Ford, he takes that medal, and he takes the Scottish Schools record as well. Kerr Lumsden was the bronze medalist, Conor Massey the silver medalist. Kerr Lumsden happy to come in on the medal podium. He's one of the, not quite the outside lane, but he certainly wasn't in the centre for that one, so Kerr Lumsden will be happy with his performance from lane 7 there. Conor Massey and Mark Ford also claiming the titles. Move on to the girls event now, John. We're into the 200 metres butterfly, so we double the distance here. And we have 5 swimmers due to take the start in this one. Stefani Holiday goes for Jedburgh High School in lane 3. Sarah Innes from Dunfermline going in lane 3. Ellie Armstrong from Lasswade in 4. Orla McInnes from Firhill in 5. And Isla Waller from Largs Primary going in lane 6. We've got all 5 behind the blocks. And this is the first of 2 heats, of course, on the 13-14 years 200 metres butterfly for girls. And it should be quite a close contest here. Hayley Armstrong from Lasswade, certainly the fastest in terms of the qualification time, 2:52.39, with Orla McInnes only 0.13 behind. So it's a 13-14 years age group. 3 13-year-olds will be back again next year if they qualify to swim in this age group, and that's Zara Innes, Orla McInnes and Isla Waller. Hayley Armstrong in that centre lane from Lasswade with that red cap, and Orla McInnes with the white cap there from representing Firhill School. Just very, very close to Hayley Armstrong. It's a good turn there from Hayley Armstrong to take her ahead of McInnes. And again, it's maybe different kind of aspect than we're used to, because these swimmers are representing their schools and not their clubs. Some of them wearing schools hats, and some of them are wearing club hats, and more of what we're used to. But they're representing their school today. So at the moment it's Lasswade against Firhill in lane 4 and 5. And Hayley Armstrong from Lasswade coming up to the halfway mark. She had a very good turn there, taking her away from Orla McInnes on the previous turn. I wonder if she can do the same again. looking very good under the water there, and that's given her a slight advantage going into the second half here.
Yeah, and two East District swimmers going at it here. Ailey Armstrong, 7th in the Scottish Summer Meet last year, and 6th in the East District, which she was beaten by Ola on that occasion, but she certainly put it to Ola in this event. So it's Ailey Armstrong leading the way in lane 4, second place for Ola McInnes in lane 5, a good battle for third. In lane 2 we've got Stefani Holiday, in lane 3 I should say we've got Zara Innes, in lane 6 Isla Waller, and then we've got Stefani Holiday. But up front it's still Ailey Armstrong leading the way, 2:52.39 her entry time, but Ola's certainly not given this one up and she's sticking with her. The underwater work, each turn Ailey seems to just get a little bit of a lead from it, but certainly in the water Ola's coming back strongly, and it looks like we've got a good race in our hands down this last 50. Ola's starting to come at Ailey. A good race on for third and fourth as well between Zara and Isla in lanes 3 and 6, but up front Ola McInnes is starting to come at Ailey Armstrong. What's Ailey got left? We've got a really close finish here, but Ola's gone straight past by the looks of it. She's really timed this race to perfection, and with about 50 metres to go Ola McInnes has come through, and she's going to take this heat, and she's going to set the time for the second heat to go for. A fantastic back end of the race by Ola McInnes, and she's going to take the touch here, and she does. 2:48.44, a massive improvement for Ola. Second place for Ailey Armstrong, a good battle for third, but that's been won in lane 2 by Zara Innes, and then we have finishing in lane 6 Isla Waller ahead of Stefani Holiday. But a massively strong back end of the race there by Ola McInnes, and she wins that heat in a time of 2:48.44.
Yeah, well done Ola McInnes, that was a sensational swim there. Ailey Armstrong kind of set the pace, and it sort of fell into Ola McInnes' hands there a little bit, because she had Ailey Armstrong to drag her along in the first half, and then when it came to that final 50 she just sprinted by her. Ailey Armstrong very good off the turns, great technique there, but when it came to that final 50 it was a superb swim there from Ola McInnes to take it.
So we now move on to our second heat, time to beat 2:48.44. Lane 0 we've got Lexine McCappin from Queen Vic. Lane 1 Ailey Galt from Ellen Academy. Lane 2 Isla MacDonald from Inverness. Lane 3 Stella McCarty from St Columbus. Lane 4 Athena Pierce from Broxburn. Lane 5 Chloe Barron from B. It's Isla MacDonald leading the way, 32. Isla MacDonald leading the way ahead of Stella McCardle.
Yeah, but only at the halfway mark though. A lot could change in the second 100. It's been a good start for Isla MacDonald and Stella McCardle, but they're all trying to come back on them now. Athena Pierce has got them in her sights here, and Chloe Barron coming through really strongly. Chloe Barron just paced that first 100. Is she going to be able to come through in the second half of this one? Also Jessica Heaps not too far away from contention for the lead as well, probably between 5 swimmers now. Isla MacDonald, Stella McCardle, Athena Pierce, Chloe Barron, Jessica Heaps. It's still Stella McCarty who's just about leading them. Athena Pierce coming back onto her shoulder. Chloe Barron coming back strongly, but Athena Pierce came off that wall very, very well indeed, and that's brought her back into contention. Who is going to have the strength now as they come past the red markers? That's a 25-metre marker. I've got half a length to go. Stella McCarty, well, I thought she might have been getting caught by Athena Pierce, but she is kicked again. Stella McCarty is coming through very strongly. She's holding on. Athena Pierce is not going to catch her. It's going to go to Stella McCarty. She will take it in 2:31.47. What a swim from her. She hung on, and then pulled away from Athena Pierce in the closing stages. And Chloe Barron should take the third spot.
Yeah, fantastic race there, Paul, and what great courage from Stella there, leading and holding off down that last 50. A fantastic swim and great strength and courage down that last 50, and a good time to boot. She wins that race in a time of 2:31.47, significantly ahead of her entry time, so it'll be a nice PB for her. Second place for Athena Pierce. Athena, one of the younger swimmers in the race, only in the 13 age group this year, so we'll see her in this event next year. And in third place was Chloe Barron.
I really thought Athena Pierce was going to come through there, but it just seemed to be another gear from Stella in the closing stages there. Absolutely superb. On the next event now, we have the girls 15-16 years 200 metres butterfly. We have one lane missing, I think. No swimmer in lane number 9. But we do have Robin Dixon from Heriot right up there at the top in lane 0. Erin Hughes from Yale in lane number 1. Millie Donachie from Uddingston in 2. Kate Cassidy goes for Dice Academy in 3. Emma Finlay from Musselburgh in lane 4. Iona Wilson from Lasswade in 5. Danny McLean from Lochaber in lane 6. Leah Hughes from Park Mains in 7. And Milana Lowe from West Hill Academy goes in lane number 8, which is now the outside lane with no swimmer in lane number 9. Close at the start for the minor places, because Iona Wilson has stretched away with a very, very impressive first 50. Emma Finlay close behind in second, and a little bit of a tussle for third spot. Maybe Millie Donachie with a good start here. Millie Donachie is looking very strong here as they come down to the halfway point. It is Iona Wilson who's going to continue to lead here as they go into the halfway point. 112.18 for Iona Wilson, followed by Leah Hughes, actually, who gets in the second spot, but very close behind her is Millie Donachie as well. But Iona Wilson looking very much the favourite for this one as they go into the second half.
She is senior bronze squad member representing Lathwade, and got strong pedigree in this event, third in the Scottish Summer Meet last year, and she's looking very strong up this third 50. The spread the width of the pool here, we've got going well in lane 2, we've got Millie Donachie, also going well in lane 7, we've got Leah Hughes, but it's those 3 lanes, 2, 5 and 7 leading the way. But at the minute it is Iona Wilson who is going to turn with 50 metres to go, and she's got a big lead. Her time there is 1:51.48. Close for second, Millie Donachie in lane 2 and Leah Hughes in 7. Split the width of the pool, but only about a body length between it. But at the minute it looks like it's going to be Iona Wilson who's going to comfortably achieve the fastest time in this heat and set the marker down for the later heat. She's led from the start, been very strong, and if anything she's pulling away now down this 25 metre to go. Entry time 2:36.55, so she's going to be well under that, looking at the time coming in, and she's going to take the touch coming under the flags now, and she does in a time of 2:33.14. Second place in lane 2 is Millie Donachie, third place in lane 7 is Leah Hughes. So that's your 1, 2, 3. Iona Wilson in first place in lane 5, second place in Millie Donachie, and third place for Leah Hughes in lane 7.
Yeah, good swim there from Iona. Took it out fast. Quite often you see some of the swimmers in the 200 butterfly take it out very fast, then pay for it later in the race, but Iona Wilson didn't do that. She seemed to be just as strong as the other swimmers there. Millie Donachie coming through very well there for second position.
Now moving on to heat 2, and one of the highlights of the night for sure. In lane 0 we've got Fanrada McGregor from Woodmill, lane 1 Nicole Flynn, Cumbernauld, lane 2 Catherine Boddy from Meldrum Academy, lane 3 Erin Taylor from Balweary, lane 4 Lucy Grieve, Mar College, lane 5 Catherine Bailey from Kilgraston, lane 6 Lauren Chalmers, Eastwood High School, lane 7 Laura Frizzell, Gala Academy, lane 8 Holly Simpson from Old Market Academy, and lane 9 Rebecca Augier from Hutchison Grammar. Strong favourite here, Lucy Grieve. Lane 4 already won gold in the 100 butterfly this morning in a new meet record. Just back from a trip last weekend to Geneva with the Scottish swimming team, where she won silver in this event, so clearly in good form. But she's been pressed in lane 5 by Catherine Bailey. Catherine was also on that same trip out to Geneva. She won silver this morning in the 400 metres freestyle. And we've got another silver medalist from this morning, lane 6, Lauren Chalmers. So Lauren Chalmers, she won silver in the 400 AM. But down this second 50, Lucy Grieve looking very strong, in great form at the minute. Finished off the short course season fantastically well at the short course championships at the RCP pool in Edinburgh in December, and looking like she's taking that form into the long course season, and she's built up a nice gap after the first 100.
Yeah, camera crew hitting some great head-on shots there, really showing the technique and the strength of the leading swimmers there. Lucy Grieve, well, she's definitely favourite for that, and you can just see the undulation in the stroke. Looks, well, not quite effortless, but it looks very, very relaxed for Lucy Grieve here as she comes into this final turn. She's not having it her own way though. It's Catherine Bailey is coming alongside the feet of Lucy Grieve. Lucy just has a little bit of look across. You'll see Catherine Bailey add another silver medal as they come into the last 6 or 7 metres. Lucy Grieve is going to have enough to hold off Catherine Bailey for this one. And just outside the Scottish record, but a win for Lucy Grieve in 2:19.88. She has done the double. Just a second or so outside, and I think that hurt Lucy Grieve there in that in that final 50. She hugs Catherine Bailey. Catherine Bailey made her work there.
Yeah, that was a really good race. The two girls teammates last weekend, and yeah, Lucy showed again great courage down that last 50. She was getting a little bit tired, not surprising, with a lot of travelling last weekend and a lot of swimming as well, but held her form well and doubled up with her second gold medal of the day. So another dual gold medalist to add to the collection. Second place for Catherine Bailey and third place for Lauren Chalmers, both of them winning their second medals of the day. Moving on now to the older age group, the 17-19 girls 200 metre butterfly. In this event, in lane 1, heat in the older age group, as always the case, but a strong one. Yvonne Brown, winner of the 200 breast earlier today. Lauren Patterson winning the 100 butterfly, so their entry times are very similar as well. So we're hoping for a good close race. That last race was pretty close between Lucy and Catherine. And going down the first 50, this certainly bodes for a close race as well. It's the two middle lanes, 4 and 5. Yvonne Brown in 4, Lauren Patterson in 5, but split by only less than 0.2 of a second after the first 50. Third place in lane 3, Jenny Galloway. Also going well in lane 6, Ellie Riley. But just starting to pull clear down this second 50 a little bit is Yvonne Brown. Very strong swimmer. She's 18 this year, so she's got a little bit older than the most of the rest of the girls in this heat. And she's now about a body length ahead of Lauren, but still very close coming up to the halfway mark. Let's have a look at the clock. The clock's going a little bit slower than the previous heat, but 1:05.58 for Yvonne, 1:06.78 for Lauren. So that gap's pushed out to 1.2 down that second 50. Jenny Galloway going well for third place in lane 3, ahead of Adele Madade in 2, Ellie Riley in 6.
Yvonne Brown, again one of the top performers in Scotland, taken to the water here in Tollcross tonight. We saw her swim earlier on a dominant victory she had in the breaststroke earlier. She's going over this 200 metres butterfly now and starting to pull away now from Lauren Patterson in lane number 5. The gap between the two of them is around about 2.5 seconds or so. Yvonne Brown extending that lead, and she is such a gutsy swimmer, a strong swimmer. We have said on many occasions it's kind of a slight frame of Yvonne Brown. She seemed, certainly coming through the age groups, to be a lot smaller than the swimmers that she was swimming against, but her technique has been absolutely superb, and here it is on display again. Yvonne Brown is going to come home now. She's going to take this one, and we'll keep an eye on the clock here, and it's 2:14.48, and Yvonne Brown has smashed the record. What a great second 100 for Yvonne Brown. The previous record stood at 2:17.23, and that was absolutely obliterated by Yvonne Brown. Lauren Patterson in second, and Jenny Galloway will clinch the third spot. But what a swim from Yvonne Brown. We saw it halfway. We wondered if that record was going to be on, but the second half was superb.
Absolutely was. Senior Gold Squad member, and in great form there, and absolutely down that last 50. Her eyes were fixed on the wall, and she absolutely put the turbo down and broke that record. So a great swim from Yvonne, and she's won it. You know, she's not only broke the record, but she's beaten it by nearly 3 seconds, Paul. So a fantastic achievement, really was.
And just looking down as Yvonne Brown in the water, she can hardly keep the smile off her face there. Just smiling as she's looking at that scoreboard 50 metres away at the other end of the pool. But Yvonne Brown takes that one. That was a sensational swim. 2:14.48, smashed that record.
And yet another double gold medalist on the day as we move on to our first set of presentations, which is the girls 13-14 200 metre butterfly. great to see Scott McClay here, one of the Scottish Schools ambassadors, and Scott heavy training at the minute ahead of the British Trials down in London in April. Bronze medalist there, Chloe Barron from B-Slack. Silver medalist Athena Pearce from Broxburn, and a very brave gutsy swim from Stella McCarty from St Columbus. Stella was pressed all the way through that second half of the race, and every time they looked like they might get past, she just dug a little bit deeper and held them off. A very brave, a very courageous swim by Stella, and a well-deserved gold medal.
That was an excellent swim, wasn't it? Just every time they challenged her, she found another gear, and right at the end as well. You just thought that Athena Pearce was going to come through and go past her, but no. Stella held on to take the title here in Tollcross. Absolutely brilliant.
And a big smile to go with that gold medal as well, which is great to see, Paul. The 15-16 age group, bronze medalist from Eastwood High School was Lauren Chalmers, so her second medal of the day. Silver medalist from Catherine Bailey, her second silver of the day, so good double for Catherine. 400 free, 200 fly, showing the versatility of the strokes. And the gold medalist, and another double gold medalist on the day, Lucy Grieve from Mar College. And a great swim, and you know, with fantastic swims today, and another great one in this race here.
And the gap was, well, relatively substantial at the end, but Catherine Bailey there, they went through that final turn. Lucy Grieve just was turning on the side of Catherine Bailey, and she was pretty close there, and she thought, oh, hang on a minute, gonna have to do something here.
Yeah, I think she was a bit surprised, Paul, to see her that close, which was good to see, and it certainly spurred her on and kept her on her toes down that last 50. And here we have the older age group. The bronze medalist going to Jenny Galloway from Boroughmuir. Silver medalist to Lauren Patterson from Shoreland. Lauren won the gold medal in the 100, so good day for her. And an outstanding swim, a simply outstanding swim from Calderside's Yvonne Brown. And I think she was a bit surprised, Paul, with the time she set when she looked at the clock. I don't think she thought she could go that fast today.
Just waiting for the other swimmers to come in. The big beaming smile on her face in the water there. She could hardly believe it when she's looking at that scoreboard. And there's that smile again for Yvonne Brown in the centre. What a great technician she is. We said very slight frame, and she's been likened, well, we've likened her to the Hannah Miley, who's you know, one of the world's very best. Hannah Miley, 3 times an Olympian, of course, and not a bad person to be compared to.
Absolutely not, and you could see the resemblance there in the frame for sure. So we're back to the swimming now, and we're on to event 307, which is the boys 200 metre butterfly. This is a real tough event. We've seen it with the girls, and we've now got our younger boys. We've got 2 heats, 6 swimmers in this first heat. Lane 2, we've got Jack Bath from St Margaret's. Lane 3, we've got Egleva Singh from Glasgow Academy. Lane 4, Peter Maloney from Notre Dame. Lane 5, Isaac Churnside from Inverore Academy. Lane 6, Callum Sinclair from Armadale. And Lane 7, Robbie Crawford from Brace High. One of the most gruelling events on the swimming calendar, the 200 metre butterfly. Long course, 4 lengths of the 50 metre pool. Fastest entry time in this heat, Peter Maloney, 2:51.2. Peter going in lane 4. But at the minute, it's Isaac Churnside in lane 5. Isaac travelled down from Inverore today, and he's leading the way. Going well in lane 6, Callum Sinclair. Going well in lane 2, Jack Bath. At the first turn, it is Callum Sinclair leading the way from Robbie Crawford in second place. Jack Bath in third place. Two heats, heat declared winner event, so the boys trying to set as fast a time as possible. It wouldn't be the first time today that we've seen a medalist come from the heat 1 in the 2 heat Scottish Schools event, so everything to play for. And in lane 6, Callum Sinclair leading the way. Going well in lane 2, Jack Bath. Going well in lane 7, Robbie Crawford. But it is going to be Callum Sinclair as they come up to the halfway mark. He's going to touch first. 1:19.92 for Callum. Second place Jack in lane 2, 1:20.65. Third place Robbie Crawford in lane 7, 1:22.79.
Yeah, still a couple of swimmers still in contention. It's kind of been split a little bit into the leading 3 and the following 3. 3 at the back end of the field. Their own private battle going on. Peter Maloney, Isaac Churnside, and Clava Singh, and maybe the top 3. Maybe have a little bit of a shout here, although Jack Bath now feeling the pace a little as they come into this final turn. Callum Sinclair has been the one who has led from start to finish, and I think the only person that can really challenge him now is going to be Robbie Crawford, but he's around about 4 seconds behind. So it's Callum Sinclair's to lose now as they come into this final length. The entry time for Callum from Armadale was 2:58.66, so anything better than that would be an excellent swim for Callum Sinclair. Looks like he is going to be inside that. The clock just ticking over at 2:30, and Robbie Crawford trying to keep pace, but he's not going to catch Callum Sinclair now. He's led from start to finish. He's held on very well indeed, and he's going to be a big improvement, in fact, almost 10 seconds. Callum Sinclair, 2:45.46. Well done, Callum. In fact, it's a 13-second improvement, so that is not bad in anybody's book. Robbie Crawford, also an improvement by 8 seconds, and a fast finish from Peter Maloney under the 3-minute mark, so he'll be happy to dip under that. And he's followed by Jack Bath, and Clava Singh and Isaac Churnside coming in almost together.
Yeah, so the first 3 home there, Paul, the 3 of the younger swimmers in that race, only 13 in this calendar year, so we'll see them all back here hopefully in this same event next year, and a very strong swim from Callum in particular.
Well,
So now moving on to heat number 2, lane 0, we've got Joshua Drainer from Trinity Academy, lane 1 Ben McLaughlin, Robert Gordon College, lane 2 Fraser Tetlow, Turriff Academy, lane 3 Scott Fleming, Straven, lane 4 Murray Dixon, Morrison's Academy, lane 5 Kieran Lennox, Meldrum Academy, lane 6 Kyle Mitchell, Inverary Academy, lane 7 Thomas Trainer, St Andrews and St Bridget's, lane 8 Adam Scott, William Wood High School, and lane 9 Ben Caldwell from Carrick. So we've got the first 2-3 in the 100 metre fly in this event. Murray Dixon won gold, Scott Fleming silver, and Kieran Lennox bronze. Time to beat from the previous heat was Callum Sinclair's, so we'll see how they go against that. And down the second 50, lane 4 Murray Dixon won the gold in the 100 earlier, Morrison's Academy. Second place lane 3 Scott Fleming, so it's gold and silver, same positions as they were in the 100 fly this morning. Bronze medalist Kieran Lennox again in lane 5 in that same position. But as we come up to the halfway mark, we've got a proper race in our hands between Murray Dixon in lane 4, Scott Fleming in lane 3.
We certainly have. Great contest here. Murray Dixon with 106.09, really, really strong in the 100 this morning, representing Morrison's AC, and he's got his work cut out though. Scott Fleming, who's a silver medalist, was really blown away somewhat by Murray Dixon this morning, but in this 200 it's a very different story. I wonder if Scott Fleming has anything left in the tank now as they come up to this final turn. Still very, very close. Murray Dixon certainly not getting away entirely from Scott Fleming. The gap as they go into this final 50 is only 0.5 of a second, and Murray Dixon, well, he can see the wall, but so can Scott Fleming now. Scott Fleming really coming back now, and Murray Dixon really under threat now. Scott Fleming may well get his revenge here. It was gold and silver in the 100. It's going to be gold and silver in the 200, but which way is it going to go? Murray Dixon in the red cap, Scott Fleming in the gold cap. It looks like Scott Fleming might just be edging ahead at the finish here, and Scott Fleming will take it. He gets his revenge on Murray Dixon, and it is gold and silver to those two swimmers, but it's the opposite way this time. Kieran Lennox in third position, so the 3 medalists from the 100 are the 3 medalists on the 200, but it is a different order this time, and he was so strong, Scott Fleming, in that last 50.
Yeah, he timed it to perfection, Paul. Murray Dixon did all the hard work. Scott Fleming waited, and down that last 50 he was just too strong for Murray, and he poured it on and he came past him, and it was comfortable in the end. Great swim from Scott, and a well-deserved gold medal for him.
He won it by just about half a second, 0.7 of a second in the end, but it was a great swim there. And we move on to the next event now, which is first heat of the boys 15-16 years 200 metres butterfly. Jacob Tarrant at the top of the screen there in lane number 0. And we see Brodie Hood in the centre lane, and goes in lane number 4. Jacob Tarrant at the top of the screen there from Largs Academy in 0. Cameron Shaw from Larbert High in 1. Alistair Weir from Paisley Grammar in 2. Andrew Lawson in 3 from Edenside. Brodie Hood from Johnston goes in lane 4. Luke McKenzie from Clydebank High School. In fact, no swimmer in lane 5. We have lane 6, Tyler Milton from Duns Primary School. Well, I'm not sure it's a primary school here for Duns, maybe a high school. Andrew Campbell from Thurso in 7, and Oren Mullen from Holy Cross in lane 8. I'm not sure that that primary school suffix is correct for the 16-year-old in lane number 6, but he's actually going pretty well, the man from Duns in lane number 6, leading them through. In fact, just second behind Andrew Campbell in lane number 7. So all the action taking place really in the lanes close to us at the moment. Oren Mullen going well in lane number 8, coming through strongly in the centre lane. We saw a close-up of him at the start. Brodie Hood in lane number 4, and also going well right up there in lane number 1 is Cameron Shaw with that yellow hat. We're coming up to the halfway point. Brodie Hood may well have just taken out the running. The danger all over the pool. Right down here at the bottom is Oren Mullen, and right at the top is Cameron Shaw.
Yeah, Brodie came strong down that second 50. Looks like he's pulling away down this third 50. Going well in lane number 1 is Cameron Shaw. He's through into second place now. Probably very close for third between Andrew Lawson in 3 and in lane number 8 Oren Mullen. But Brodie Hood, Johnson High School swimmer, started to stamp his authority on that second lane, and now starting to pull away. 1:49.75, nearly a second ahead of Cameron Shaw in lane 1. Third place is Oren Mullen in lane 8. So split the width of the pool here, the first 3. Lane 4 Brodie Hood, lane 1 Cameron Shaw, lane 8 Oren Mullen, and it's still Brodie Hood. He's led from the second 50. Coming through strongly in lane 3 is Andrew Lawson from Edenside, and he's pressing Cameron Shaw for second place now. Oren Mullen just starting to feel the pace a little bit in lane 8 and drop back, but it's going to be Brodie Hood who's going to bring this one home. Coming under the flags, the race is for second between Andrew Lawson in 3, Cameron Shaw in 1, but Brodie Hood takes this in a time of 2:30.72. Second place very close, but Cameron Shaw did hold on in lane 1, 2:32.11. Third place in lane 3, Andrew Lawson, 2:32.42. That's your 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, nice finish there from Andrew Lawson. Just pipped for second spot. He was coming up alongside Cameron Shaw there in the closing stages, but Lawson just pipped there by Cameron Shaw. That yellow cap right up there at the top of the screen. No doubt about it. We won that one though. Brodie Hood went very, very well all the way through that one.
Moving on to heat 2, lane 0, we've got Andrew Brodie from Hazelhead. Lane 1, Scott Smythe from Glenwood. Lane 2, Tom Robertson from Grammar. Lane 3, Struan Bennett, Kinross High School. Lane 4, Travis Davey, Perth High School. Lane 5, Harris Harley, Arbroath High School. Lane 6, Cameron Craney from St Maurice's. Lane 7, Callum Rose, Erskine Stuart Melville. Lane 8, Ben Montgomery from Dollar Academy. And Lane 9, Fraser Claxton from Royal High. Time to beat from the previous heat, 2:30, so we'll keep an eye on that. Tom Robertson, the winner of the 100 earlier on, representing Aberdeen Grammar. Lane 2, got the bronze medalist from that race, Callum Rose in 7, and the 4th place, Cameron Craney in 6. But going down the first 50, it's lane 4, Travis Davey. In lane 6, Cameron Craney. Lane 7, Cameron Rose. So that's your front 3. pink hat, Travis Davey, Midland District swimmer. Lane 6, Cameron Craney. Lane 7, Cameron Rose. Starting to come through now, Tom Robertson in lane 2. But it's still Travis Davey in 4, Cameron Craney in 6. They're leading the way at the minute. Tom Robertson starting to come through in lane 2. Struan Bennett in lane 3 going well as well. So we've got a race in our hands here as they come up to the first turn. It's going to be lanes 4 and 6. It's going to be Travis Davey and Cameron Craney touching. Travis just gets the touch by 0.23 of a second. Second place for Cameron Craney in 6. Starting to come through now, Tom Robertson in 2 as they go up the third 50.
Yeah, difficult to pick a winner at this stage, you have to say. Tom Robertson swam again very well in the 100 to take that title earlier today. He's going to be strong here. That's the man right at the top, challenging there in lane number 2, but still going well. Travis Davey in lane number 4 and Cameron Craney. These two have been side by side all the way through this race, and they're separated by 0.4 of a second, with Cameron Craney just getting the touch there at that turn. So it looks like it's the even numbers that are going to fight this one out. It's 2 for Tom Robertson, 4 for Travis Davey, 6 for Cameron Craney. And also coming back is Callum Rose on the other side of Cameron Craney as well, challenging for the medals. But Tom Robertson looking to try and do the double. Travis Davey trying to hold him off. Between these two now, as they come into the closing stages, Travis Davey looks like he's going to be the stronger. Looks like he's going to get the title. Travis Davey stretches for the wall, and he will take it ahead of Tom Robertson. And Cameron Craney, well, the long-time leader, just held off the challenge of Callum Rose to win the bronze.
What a fantastic finish. I was a little bit worried there. Travis Davey just glided in over the last 2 or 3 metres. Tom Robertson closing all the time, but just 0.41 separating the two at the end. A good swim from Cameron Craney to win the bronze medal, and that'll be reverse the placings from earlier today with Callum Rose. Callum coming 4th there. So Travis Davey, Tom Robertson, Cameron Craney and Callum Rose.
Yeah, cracking race there. A battle for the first and second spot, and third and fourth as well. We're very, very close here. Well, the next event up, boys 17 to 19 years at 200 metres butterfly. Swimmers are behind their blocks. Looks like we are missing one swimmer there in lane number 1. But we do have Cameron Leckie from Hamilton Grammar, who goes at the top in lane 0. Don't think we have a swimmer in lane 1, but we have Thomas Coates in lane 2 for Inverarmond. We have Mark Innes from Edinburgh College in lane 3. We have Mark Ford back in the water again. St Aloysius, he goes in lane number 4. Fraser Kelly, winner of the 100 butterfly, goes in lane number 5 from Largs Academy. We have Alex Johnson from Lomond High School in lane 6. Ethan Brown from Forfar Academy in 7. Rory Young from Royal High School in lane 8. Right at the bottom of your screen is Mark Devlin from Cardinal. Out ahead in the early stages, it is Fraser Kelly just holding off the challenge of Mark Ford. Saw that sensational record set by Mark Ford earlier this evening, and I wonder what he can do in this 200 metres butterflies. Entry time is inside the record of 2:07.31. Mark Ford just pacing this first 100, and he's got company as he goes through the halfway point. Fraser Kelly in lane number 5 may well lead as they go through halfway. No, in fact, Mark Ford just gets the touch, 0.3 ahead of Fraser Kelly. Those two, very tight contest at the front.
We've got a proper race here, Paul. The first 5 swimmers, there's only a second between them, and Mark's not having his own way up front. Fraser Kelly, the gold medalist in the 100, working hard. Also going well in lane 2, Thomas Coates. He won the silver in the 200 back this morning as well. So everything to play for. Lanes 4 and 5 at the minute. Mark in 4, Fraser in 5, coming up to the last turn, and Fraser's probably just got a narrow lead. It's all on the touch. It's 0.09 between them, but it is Mark who touches first. Mark Ford in lane 4, Fraser Kelly in lane 5. Third place for Mark Innes in lane 3, but up front it's the middle 2 lanes. Mark Ford in 2, Mark Ford in 4, Fraser Kelly in 5. Between these two swimmers, and Mark now starting to pull away a little bit. We'll keep an eye on the time. 2:07.31 is the record. But Mark won the bronze medalist in this event last week in Geneva at the Geneva International, showing his class here and starting to pull away from Fraser, coming under the flags. He's just going to be just outside the record, but it's a strong swim nevertheless. Our gold medalist is Mark Ford, silver for Fraser Kelly, and bronze medalist is Thomas Coates to add to his silver this morning. But a really great swim there, and Fraser Kelly pushed Mark Ford all the way there, Paul.
He certainly did. A great race between these two. They shake hands at the end, and Fraser Kelly be pleased to dip under that 2:10 mark. 2:09.68 for Fraser Kelly. The win, though, for Mark Ford, 2:08.20. And we're less than a second outside that Scottish Schools record. And Thomas Coates winning that close contest for third. So Mark Ford taking another title, and he'll collect his medal very shortly. No real rest for the swimmers in that final heat. They'll be expected to get right out of the water and onto the medal podium. But they do have a couple of ceremonies first. They have the 13-14 years age for that 200 butterfly first up.
They do, and Shannon McClellan, Scottish Schools Swimming Association Vice President, doing the honours this time. And in the 13-14 age group, it's Kieran Lennox from Meldrum taking the bronze, Murray Dixon taking the silver from Morrison's Academy, and Scott Fleming with that really strong last 50 from Straven taking the gold medal. Positions reversed there from the 100 earlier on today. So good to see the gold medals being shared around. Scott with a big smile on his face. Murray looks a little bit disappointed to win a silver, to be fair, and Kieran delighted with his bronze.
It was a cracking race, wasn't it? Scott Fleming just bided his time, came through right at the end there to take that gold medal. So gold and silver for both the swimmers there on the top steps of the podium.
And talking about close races, we had another one in the 15-16 200 metre butterfly. Cameron Craney from St Maurice is winning the bronze, but up front it was Tom Robertson trying desperately hard to double up from this morning, Aberdeen Grammar swimmer, but he couldn't quite catch Travis Davey, and it's the Perth High School youngster who wins the gold in this event. Doesn't look particularly happy about it, but I'm sure he'll have a smile for the camera.
They're not long out of the water either, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that.
Fair play to any of them that do 200 butterfly, Paul. I do think it's the toughest event. I really do think it's harder than the IMs and the distance freestyle.
You've got to get it right. The 200 butterfly, very, very easy to go out and just blow up in the last 100. But you know, a lot of these youngsters, they are young, but some of them vastly experienced.
And great to see them all coming up with their shirts on. Mark just finishing dressing. I don't think he's been out of the water longer than a minute. Still breathing a little bit heavily, but another fantastic race. Thomas Coates winning the bronze, his second medal of the day. Fraser Kelly taking a silver, but pushed Mark all the way. And another fantastic gold medal for Mark Ford. So doubling up on the night for Mark, and another fantastic race. We've had some brilliant races today, Paul. We really have.
Yeah, it was a cracker there. Fraser Kelly going under the 2:10 mark. You'd be delighted with that one. Couldn't quite catch Mark Ford. Mark Ford just less than a second outside that record. And just shows you the quality of that swim for Fraser Kelly in second place as well.
So we're going to move back to the swimming now with event 310, which is the girls 13-14 100 metre freestyle. Again, 2 heats. Lane 0 in our first heat will be Rebecca Sent from St Ninian's High School. Lane 1, Holly Blundell, Perth Grammar. Lane 2, Megan Bromham from Culloden Academy. Lane 3, Amy Grieve from our college. Lane 4, Ellie Craig Collins from Balerno. Lane 5, Anna Lunan from our college. Lane 6, Corinne McLean from High School Glasgow. Lane 7, Maya Cheshire from Lossiemouth. Lane 8, Alice Hall from Bankery. And Lane 9, Tiana Greenshields from Uddingston. These swimmers very closely matched in entry times, 105.4 through to 106.7. So 2 lengths of the pool. And it's lane 6, Corinne McLean leading in these early stages. Lane 7 going well. Maya Cheshire from Lossiemouth going well on the far side of the pool, Rebecca Sent. But it's this side of the pool generally that's winning at the minute, and it's lane 7, Maya Cheshire. Elgin Cap there, we've already seen one Elgin Cap bring home the gold tonight. She's winning this heat at the minute. In second place, very closely behind, is Ellie Craig Collins. Anna Lunan in third place in lane 5. Corinne Cheshire going well in 6. It looks like it's going to be between lanes 4 and 7 actually. It's Ellie Craig Collins in 4 Maya Cheshire in 7. As they come under the flags, it looks like Ellie's going to take this one. Going well in lane 0 is Rebecca, but it's going to be in lane 4. Ellie Craig Collins going to take first place. Holding on for second is Maya Cheshire in lane 7, ahead of in third place Corinne McLean. So Ellie Craig Collins in first place, second place for Maya Cheshire, and third place in lane 6 was Corinne McLean. But a very close heat, that one. You see the times come up on your screens now, and it is the swimmer from lane 4, Ellie Craig Collins, the Palermo, wins heat 1.
Yeah, cracking race there, very, very close at the end. First place clear away, but second, third, fourth and fifth separated by just about a tenth of a second. This is the second heat. You see Alice Sutty from Wade in lane 0, Hannah Morrison from Westhill Academy in 1, Rachel Maguire from St Matthews in 2, Darcy Brown from the High School of Dundee in 3, Kate Carruthers goes in lane number 4 from Watson's, Jessica Dempster from St Margaret's in 5, Mia McLeod from Bathgate Academy in 6, Holly Thompson from Watson's in 7, Emma Leggett from Calderside in 8, and Melissa Turnbull from Stirling High goes in lane number 9. Well, Spearhead just about working here at the front of the field. Lanes 4 and 5 out ahead. Jessica Dempster just edging Kate Carruthers, the two with the fastest qualification times. And it is Kate Carruthers in lane number 4, just one lane up from Jessica Dempster, trying to put the power on now as they come down to the final stages of this one. They're inside the last 15. It looks like Kate Carruthers is going to win another gold medal to match the one that she won in the 200 freestyle. Kate Carruthers coming home, and she wins it in 101.69. Jessica Dempster pushed her all the way, 102.50 for second position, and the third place may well go to Holly Thompson, who gets in 103.91 for third position. But a great swim there, great strength from Kate Carruthers.
Yeah, the gold medalist in the 200 metre freestyle earlier today. You could see that back end strength there in that last 25, and she came through to win well. A very strong swim from Jessica, but just couldn't hold off Kate in that last 25 metres. And yeah, a good bronze for Holly Thompson in lane 7.
Carruthers there. The result hasn't been confirmed on our scoreboard there, but there we are now. Everything's okay. Kate Carruthers taking that one ahead of Jessica Dempster and Holly Thompson in third.
Moving on to our 15-16 year olds, again 2 heats here. Lane 0 we have Hannah McCulloch from Bearsden Academy. Lane 1 Holly Welsh from Brannock. Lane 2 Hannah Edmiston from St Andrews Academy. Lane 3 Morgan Anderson from Grove Academy. Lane 4 Neza Delenk Luznar from Balweary. Lane 5 Kerry Gillespie, Robert Gordon College. Lane 6 Alice Ann McPherson, Lockerbie High School. Lane 7 Brooke Smiley from Kyle Academy. Lane 8 Mia Ferguson, Hamilton, and lane 9 Emma DeWett, James Young. So again, very closely matched on paper. And as they go up the first 50, it's the middle lanes possibly, 4 and 5, just lane 5, Kerry Gillespie leading the way. Closely followed in lane 4 by Neza Delenk Luznar. Third place on the far side for Hannah McCulloch from Bearsden. So, lane 5, Kerry Gillespie, Robert Gordon College. Coming back strongly now, May Ferguson on this near side. And very closely matched now, coming with 25 metres to go. In lane 4 we've got Neza Delenk Luznar, lane 5, Kerry Gillespie. Lane 8, Mia Ferguson, and on the far side, Hannah McCulloch in lane 0, but it's going to be 2 middle lanes, I think. Lane 4, Neza Delenk Luznar is going to take this. Second place in lane 5 will be Kerry Gillespie, and third place in lane 0 will be Hannah McCulloch. That's your 1, 2, 3. So 101.96 for Neza Delenk Luznar, the Balweary swimmer.
Yeah, absolutely the same as her entry time, so consistent stuff there to the 100. Entered on a 101.96, and she swam a 101.96. That's the way to do it. She would have been happier with a 101.95, I think, just to make that slight improvement. But good swim there, very strong at the end again. Kerry Gillespie in lane 5 in second position, and right at the top of the screen there, Hannah McCulloch getting in for third spot, right up there in lane 0. Second heat, well, we see Sharon Hart, Glasgow Academy, at the top in lane 0. Sky Mall Holland Calderglen in 1. Saskia Wade from Glasgow Academy in 2. Elise Cousins in 3 from Strathallan. Jenna McLean from Loch Albert in 4. Drew McKenzie, Glasgow School of Sport in 5. Sienna Perry from Old Macker goes in lane number 6. We have Amber Stevenson from Belmont in 7. Katrina Stewart from Hermitage in 8. And Natasha Simpson from Edinburgh Academy down there in lane number 9. Centre lanes are featuring here as well as lane number 2 as well. So Saskia Wade and Elise Cousins absolutely together there, 28.85, but they are headed by Drew McKenzie and Jenna McLean in lanes 5 and lane 4. The lane 5, Drew McKenzie starting just to push for home now. She's holding off the challenge of Jenna McLean in lane 4. Also going well, Saskia Wade in at lane number 2, but I think it's going to be Drew McKenzie who's going to take this one. It's very close for second, but no doubt about the winner, and that's Drew McKenzie, 58.76. Saskia Wade under the 1 minute mark for second position, and just over the 1 minute mark, Elise Cousins in third spot, just ahead of Jenna McLean. But Drew McKenzie, well, she took it. It was a clear win, 58.76 ahead of Saskia Wade, 59.70.
Two City Glasgow swimmers there, first and second pole. Drew McKenzie, part of that Scottish swimming team that was away last weekend in Geneva. I think she's a name to very much look out for this season. She's come through very strongly in the second half of 2019, and that was an excellent swim. And I think, looking at that, that might well be a new Scottish Schools record as well. 58.76 for Drew, beating the previous record of 59.01.
Wow, great swim there from Drew McKenzie.
And we may well have another one in this heat as well. So in the 17 to 19 age group, lane 0, we've got Francesca Kane from Erskine Stuart Melville, lane 1. We've got Freya Bannerman, Perth Academy, lane 2. Ellie Sutherland from Aboyne, lane 3. Jennifer Murray from Loudon, lane 4. Emma Russell from Woodmill, lane 5. Hannah Young from Queen Margaret Academy, lane 6. Eve Corrigan, lane 7. Rebecca Schulman, both from Heriots, lane 8. Sophie Jenkins, Octorada, and lane 9. Caitlin Gillies, Inveralmond. Strong favourite here, lane 4. Emma Russell, fastest qualifier, won the gold in the 200 metre freestyle. Another name very much to watch out for in 2020, and keep an eye on the time here. 58.35 is the existing record, and it's very much going to be very close to this is Emma, I think. Close for second between lanes 3 and 5. Going well in lane 3, Jennifer Murray. Lane 5, Hannah Young. Hannah won the bronze in the 200. Jennifer was 4th. But up front, it's Emma Russell against the clock. That record is 58.35, and she's got it, 57.37. So it's a new record and a consecutive heats for Emma. 57.37. Second place in lane 5 for Hannah Young. Third place in lane 3 for Jennifer Murray. But what a fantastic swim, and back-to-back records, Paul.
Well, Emma Russell absolutely a class apart from the rest of that field, winning it by almost 3 seconds there from Hannah Young and Jennifer Murray, and another new record. Well, some great swimming there from the freestylers, kind of relatively late on a Saturday night. Well, 6:30 on a Saturday night. We've seen 2 records back to back there. Emma Russell, well, again, you saw her swim, real class act, Emma Russell. She's one that we might have expected to take the record, but maybe a little bit of a surprise that Drew McKenzie managed to do that as well, dipping under that record for the 15-16 years age group. So great freestyle swimming from the girls here in this final session.
Back to presentation, Scott McClay back on duty. Great to see Scott here. Trains just up the road in Stirling at the university there, part of their team and part of the GB team that went to the World Championships this year. In the 13-14 age group, the bronze medal went to Holly Thompson from Watson's, silver to Jessica Dempster, St Margaret's, and the gold to Kate Carruthers from Watson's. Kate coming through on that last 25, showing that back end strength and doubling up with the 200 free gold that she won earlier. We're just waiting for a photographer, would you believe? Photographer stops play.
Oh, yeah.
Here he is.
Oh, here he comes.
Smile for the camera, Gary Thompson. Big thank you to Gary. Does a lot of voluntary work on the photography side. Done the Brodie Schools Championships now for many, many years in this capacity. We're very grateful to him. He was made a life member of Perth City Swim Club this month, actually, in January, and very well deserved.
I'm sure you'll be able to access these photographs. Real nice mementos to keep from the Scottish Schools Championship. And here there's another cracking race as well for this one. Elise Cousins from Strathallan taking the bronze medal. Saskia Wade, she did challenge there towards the end. Saskia Wade coming through, another medal for the Glasgow Academy swimmer. But superb victory there for Drew McKenzie. 58.76.25 inside the old record. Another Scottish Schools record. I hope you're keeping count, John.
I'm starting to lose count, Paul. We started off with 8. I think we're up to 12, but
we've already made our quota of 4 for each session there. Is that what you're saying? That's a good way to look at it, I think.
Absolutely. And another one in this presentation. So we wait for them to come on the screen. Our bronze medalist in this race was Jennifer Murray from Loudon. She was 4th in the 200. Hannah Young winning the silver to go with her bronze in the 200. And it's the double for Emma Russell. Double in the 200 metre freestyle and the 100 freestyle. And another new meet record, 57.37 from Emma.
Previous record stood at 58.35, Scottish Schools record, so just about exactly a second improvement on that Scottish Schools record. We say it's a Scottish Schools record, it's a meet record, it's the Scottish Schools finals. You can only do it one day in the year. And Emma Russell stepped up and she has claimed that record. Excellent swimming, and as you said, John, one to watch very much for the future going forward this year.
Yeah, and in that younger age group as well, Paul, so she may well have a chance to come back here and improve it next year. And good to see Woodmill High School in Dunfermline, which is not without its challenges, having burnt down last year. There's a double for Ellie Turner and a double for Emma Russell, so Woodmill will be very proud of their sporting achievements today.
Yeah, some good news for Woodmill, with their swimmers doing a really good job for them representing the school. 100 freestyle for the boys are on their way out to the blocks now. Greg Hall leading them through in lane 0. In lane number 1 we see David Landman from Woodfar High School. Vincent Regan from William Wood goes in 2. Callum McLaughlin from Holyrood High School goes in 3. Adam Thompson from Kilmarnock Academy goes in 4. Greg McVicker from Broughton in 5. Kaylin Thompson from Kinross High School goes in lane number 6. In fact, no one in lane number 6, but we do have Owen Kilmas from Wick High School in 7. Cole Morrison from Larber in 8, and Andrew Murphy from Granton in lane number 9. Real geographical spread here from Kilmarnock right down there in the southwest to Wick right up there in the northeast, the top of the country. Owen Kilmas going well in the early stages here. He is headed by Greg McVicker though in lane number 5. Greg McVicker first to the halfway point. Owen Kilmas in second spot. So Greg McVicker, swimmer from Broughton, just edging it at the moment. Adam Thompson trying to come back from Kilmarnock. The Kilmarnock swimmer just chasing Greg McVicker here, lane 4 and 5. And Owen Kilmas from Wick is continuing to press here, but I don't think he's going to catch Greg McVicker. Greg McVicker just got to hold on. It's going to be a very, very close contest here. Adam Thompson trying to make a bid in the very closing stages. They both reach for the wall together, and Adam Thompson takes it by 4/100ths. He was never ahead up until the very, very final touch of that wall.
99 metres.
99.9.
99 metres. It's never over until you touch that wall, and Adam timed it perfectly and won by 4/100ths of a second. Moving on to our second heat. Lane 0, Lewis Moore from Calder Glen. Lane 1, Kai Connolly, Grief High School. Lane 2, Jack Simpson from Duncanrig. Lane 3, Ben Smallwood, Dollar Academy. Lane 4, Stefan Kravitz, Ross High. Lane 5, Ben Kelly from Firhill. Lane 6, Max Pelosi from Hutchison Grammar. Lane 7, Luke Johnson, St Maurice's. Lane 8, Conor Braley from Madras. And Lane 9, Kane Buchanan from St John's High School. So we've got Stefan Kravitz trying to double up, gold medalist in the 200 metre freestyle in a new meet record. What can you do here? Entry time 54.41, the record stands at 56.4. The entry time may well have been done short course, so we shouldn't assume anything, but he's built up a lead already as we go down through the first 50. Second place going with him, Ben Kelly. Third place, Max Pelosi. They were third and fourth in the 200. But Stefan Kravitz, big, strong levers coming down this second 50. Looking incredibly strong. Very strong on the fly events last year at schools. Moved to freestyle this year. He's going to be under the minute, well under the minute. And what's he going to do in terms of the record? The clock is 56.4 and he's going to beat it. Another record, 55.23 for Stefan Kravitz. Great swing from Ben Kelly and Max Pelosi, both under the minute as well, long course. 58.55 to Ben and 59.45 for Max. But this was all about Stefan Kravitz. 2 gold medals and 2 new Scottish Schools records on the day.
Well, Stefan Kravitz, absolutely phenomenal there. What a great swim that was. He dominated that one. I think he knew what the record was. He wanted it badly, and he smashed it by over a second. Stefan Kravitz, absolutely brilliant there swimming. Boys 15-16, we'll have to follow that one. First heat sees Harris McDonald from Glenwood go from lane 0. Diamantis Kanavicius from Fraserburgh in lane 1. Ruben Kelly from St Joseph's in 2. Cameron Purdy from Bearsden in 3. Finley Club from Hazelhead in 4. Lewis Sutherland from Thurso in 5. Finn Birkin from Wallace Academy in lane 6. Ewan Muffet goes, in fact no one in lane 6, but we have Adam Younger. Sorry, no one in lane 7. My apologies, but we have Adam Younger in lane number 8, all out on his own because no one is in lane 9 either. They're going up to the first turn. Looks like lane number 6, it is Finn Birkin, probably going to lead them through. Halfway point, 27.56. Lewis Sutherland just close behind, 27.82, but it's all pretty close. 4 swimmers, and Cameron Purdy 57.93, and Finn Birkin in lane 6 getting 3rd spot, but 57.51 for Ruben Kelly, and pulling through the man beside him, Cameron Purdy, into 2nd position. Quite a lot going on there, John.
Yeah, good.
Very close. The
very,
lead changing.
Yeah, very good close race, and set the standard for this next race. So that's the time that these boys have got to beat, 57.51. Lane 0, James English from Watson's. No swimmer in lane 1, I don't think. Luke Doyle going in lane 2 from Taylor High School. Duncan Young in lane 3, Queen Margaret Academy. Rory McKinnon from Lenzie in 4. Rory Grant, High School Dundee in 5. Alexander Thompson for Hill in 6. Corey Liversidge from Aboyne in 7. Amir Moraski from Holyrood in 8. And James Buick from Renfrew High School in 9. Heat 2, boys 15-1600 metre freestyle. Yet another swimmer going for a double on the day, Rory McKinnon in lane 4. He won this age group 200. Looking very strong down that first 50. 26.13, significantly quicker than the previous heat. 2nd place for Rory Grant, High School Dundee swimmer in lane 5. But this is all about Rory McKinnon at the minute. Entry time 53.79. Record stands at 53.90, and Rory's really starting to pull away from this field. Rory Grant is 2nd place in lane 5. 3rd probably just in lane 3, Luke Doyle, but it's good about Rory McKinnon, and all against the clock, and he's just going to be 53.82, another record. Rory McKinnon 0.08 under the existing record. Another Scottish Schools record goes Rory McKinnon 53.82, 2nd place for Luke Doyle in lane 2. 3rd place for Duncan Young in lane 3. What a fantastic race that was, Paul. And another new record.
Another new record of Rory McKinnon. He wanted that one, didn't he? Just dipping under the record. 53.82, 8/100ths inside the old mark, but they all count. Another record racked up for the freestylers tonight. And it was very close for 2nd and 3rd spot as well. And they're just ahead of the time set by Ruben Kelly in that previous heat as well.
Yep.
So the 3 medals coming from that final heat, but only just. Yeah, move on to the next final. It's the 100 freestyle final for men in the 17 to 19 years age group. Matthew Seward goes in lane 0, the last to go down to his marks. Christopher Aitken in lane 1 from Strathallan. Hassan O'Neill goes in 2 from West Calder. Graham Baird from Clare Academy in 3. Oscar Smiley from Kyle Academy in 4. Miles Lapsley from Glasgow School of Sport just missed out on the medals earlier in the 200. He goes in 5. Andrew Sutherland goes in 6 from Largs Academy. Fraser Hamilton in 7 from Broclair. Puhang Chu from Strathallan in 8, and Calvin Brown from Elgin goes in lane number 9. Well, it's a 2-horse race at the moment as they go through this turn. Graham Baird and Miles Lapsley led, but coming through in the centre, Oscar Smiley and out. Graham Baird though with the advantage. They come into the last 15 here. Oscar Smiley and Miles Lapsley in 2nd and 3rd spot, but it could be Graham Baird coming into the finish now. It's going to be very tight indeed, but Graham Baird holds on. 53.86 for Graham Baird. He takes the title. He just held off that late challenge from Miles Lapsley. 54.35 for Lapsley, and Oscar Smiley in 3rd spot. 54.86. So Graham Baird, he made to work all the way there, but held on to win that one by around about half a second.
Yeah, and I think he was just slower than the time in the previous heat by Rory McKinnon, which shows what a strong swim that was from Rory. But a good end to the 100 freestyle there, and a very close race, and good to see Graham win that for Clare Academy. As we move on to the next set of presentations, Scott McClay doing the honours again, keeping Scott busy tonight. Starting off with the 13-14 boys, starting off with another record. Bronze medalist was Max Pelosi from Hutchison Grammar. Silver for Ben Kelly from Firhill. And doing the double in terms of 2 gold medals and 2 new records, is Steven Kravitz from Ross High. He's making a real name for himself, this young man.
Yeah, he certainly is. Been around for a few years now, but it's always a very good age group swimmer as a younger swimmer, and he's continued that run as he moves through the age groups. And Steven Kravitz will be one to watch, definitely. Great swim that was, claiming another record. Well done, Steven Kravitz. And the boys alongside him, well, it was always going to be tough for them, but they both got under the 1 minute mark, so a good barrier broken for them in this long course 100 freestyle, but there's no catching the man in the middle.
And you just see the size of him there on the photo, Paul, don't you? That big, strong, those strong levers he's got, and no surprise that he's a strong fly swimmer and a strong freestyler as well. As we move on to 3-1-4 presentations here, and no surprise, another presentation, another new record. But before we get there, the bronze medal went to Duncan Young from Queen Margaret. Silver went to Luke Doyle from Taylor High School, but it's Lindsay's Rory McKinnon, another double-double. Won the 200 metre earlier on today, and now he's won the 100 in another new record.
Yeah, presented by Scott McClay, of course.
This is one of Scott's main events as well, Paul.
Exactly, yeah, I was going to say,
So
not a shabby 100 freestyler.
It's fitting that he's doing the presentations here.
And a little bit of a mention for Ruben Kelly there. We swam in that first heat. 57.51 was 4th.
Excellent swim, and Duncan and Ruben, younger swimmers as well, so we'll see them back in this age group next year. They're punching above the weight to get some really big lads there, so well done Duncan, well done Ruben, 3rd and 4th.
Final presentation now. Again, the swimmers in the older age group drawn the short straw straight out of the water, straight onto the medal podium. Oscar Smiley, he won't mind. Kyle Academy swimmer getting in for the bronze medal position, and Miles Lapsley missed out on the medals earlier in the 200, 4th position. He's gone 2 better now. Silver medal for Miles Lapsley. And Graham Baird, it was tight, wasn't it? 53.86. He won it by half a second in the end. Felt like it was going to be a little bit closer there at the end, but Graham Baird takes that one for Clare Academy.
And I thought it was going to be the fastest of all the 100-200 events. I thought it was going to be the fastest of the night, but it wasn't. Rory McKinnon's swim in the previous heat was just slightly faster. Doesn't take anything away from these 3 boys. A good close final.
Double the distance now, so we move on to the 200 metres individual medley. is the first heat of this girls 13-14 years age group. Alice Hall from Bankery will be in lane number 0. Isla Toms goes for Bill Baxter School in Cooper. She goes in lane 1. Lucy De Grossa from Gala Academy in lane 2. Megan Gregg from Robert Gordon's College in lane 3. Charlotte Thompson, fastest entry time, will go in lane 4 from Lasswade. Heidi Wren from Hutchison Grammar goes in 5. We have Grace Kellas from Balweary in Kirkcaldy. He goes in lane 6. Emma Liggett from Calderside in 7. Ayla Cochrane from St Ambrose in 8. And Hannah Morrison from West Hill in lane number 9. Full line up here for this first heat of the girls 13-14 years at 200 metres individual medley. Great work underwater at the start there from Heidi Wren, and that's taken her into an early lead. Really good underwater stuff there from Heidi Wren, and looking pretty comfortable in this very early stages of this 200 metres individual medley. I wonder if we're going to get a classic medley race where the lead just ebbs and flows as we go through the strokes. Heidi Wren certainly with a big advantage there, 2.5 seconds ahead of second place Charlotte Thompson from Lasswade, swimmer next to her. And as they go onto the backstroke, Heidi Wren looking pretty strong here. Coming through over there in lane number 2, Lucy De Grossa maybe going through into second position. And on either side of Heidi Wren as well, Grace Kellas going well. And Charlotte Thompson got a little bit of work to do in the second half, but as you know from watching 200 metres individual medley swims, the breaststroke could be all important. The leader, Heidi Wren, 2.5 seconds was the advantage as she went through the butterfly. It's around about the same as she goes through the backstroke. The halfway leader, Heidi Wren, onto the breaststroke. Can anyone pull back that deficit?
Did she go too quick in that first 50? 31.16 for the first 50 of a 200 IM. Very good swim from Heidi. This is the all-important leg now, and they're starting to come back in lane 2, Lucy De Grossa. In lane 4, Charlotte Thompson. In lane 6, Grace Kellas. In lane 7, Emma Leggett. They're all starting to close down, but it's lane 4, Charlotte Thompson, the Lasswade swimmer, who's getting the closest at the minute. It's still Heidi Wren leading the way, but Charlotte's within a body length now as they come up to the last turn. Going well in lane 2, Lucy De Grossa, but Heidi hanging in there, and she's hanging tough down that third 50, and she's going to turn with a lead of nearly 2 seconds from Charlotte Thompson, second place in lane 4. Close for third, Lucy De Grossa in 2, Grace Kellas in 6, Emma Leggett in 7, but it's still Heidi Wren being a very brave swim from the front. She took it out strong in the fly leg, and it looks like she's going to hang on for a pillar to post victory. 2:43.75 was her entry time. Looks like she's going to be well under that. This is very impressive. The young Hutchison Grammar swimmer. She's held this race together well, and she's going to win this first heat. A very impressive swim. 2:37.82 for Heidi. She brings it home in first place. Second place will be in lane 4 for Charlotte Thompson. Third place, lane 2, Emma Leggett in lane 7. But that was very impressive, Paul, from Heidi Wren in lane 5.
That was very good indeed. We wondered there, has she gone out too fast on that butterfly? 2.5 second advantage. It was around about that at the end. So it was absolutely the right thing to do for Heidi Wren. And she wins by just under 3 seconds from Charlotte Thompson and Emma Leggett in third position.
And that certainly gives the swimmers in heat 2 something to think about. 2:37.82. Lane 0, we've got Jessica Beaton from Harlow Academy. Lane 1, Heather Stewart from Garnock Academy. Lane 2, Eleanor Ross, Tane Royal Academy. Lane 3, Alice Maggie from George Watson's College. Lane 4, Jessica Heaps, James Young High School. Lane 5, Lucy Stowes, Perth High School. Lane 6, Ailey Robertson, Kyle Academy. Lane 7, Isla Grant from Balerno. Lane 8, Maya Cheshire from Lossiemouth. And Lane 9, Amy Fotheringham from Coltness. We'll soon get an indication here on the splits. Heidi Wren was 31.16 down the first 50. Looks like it's going to be lane 3, Alice Mackey up there. No, it's not, it's lane 6, Ailey Robertson, 31.90 for Ailey. And that's nearly a second slower than Heidi from the first heat. Second place, Alice Mackey in lane 3. Third place, just Lucy Stowes in lane 5 as they move on to the backstroke leg. And it's lane 6, Ailey Robertson. Head of lane 3, Alice Mackey. 2 middle lanes, 4 and 5, working hard on the backstroke to try and narrow the gap. It's Alice Mackey starting to come through on this leg. A long, languid stroke on the backstroke, but certainly very effective. And she's going to be in the lead at the halfway mark. The split from Heidi was 1:12.04. She's going to be just inside that in 1:11.92 for Alice, who touches first. Second place, lane 6 for Ailey Robertson. Third place, Lucy Stowes in lane 5. Moving on to the all-important breaststroke leg.
Yeah, it could well be important for all of these swimmers here because they're all closing up on this breaststroke here. Lane number 6 going well, Ailey Robertson with that blue cap. Also inside her, Lucy Stowes, pink cap. Those two look like they're challenging for the lead. Alice Mackey still pretty much in contention as well. In lane 3, Jessica Heaps just behind in lane number 4. They come to this final turn. Well, it's going to be a real belter here as they come through. Who is going to take the lead at the turn? Lucy Stowes maybe just gets the touch here. 1:58.31, half a second ahead of Ailey Robertson. It looks like the pink cap and the blue cap may well fight this one out down this final 50. Lucy Stowes looking good with that pink cap. Ailey Robertson got anything left? Coming back now, Alice Mackey going really well. 2 lanes up there in lane number 3, but it is Lucy Stowes, I think, and Alice Mackey now really trying to get back on terms here. It's a very, very close contest here. Lucy Stowes, I think, might just take it, but Alice Mackey is fighting all the way. They're coming in absolutely together. Mackey stretches for the wall, and she takes it by 19/100ths of a second. A superb swim there from Alice Mackey down the freestyle. She led at halfway. She was overtaken on the breaststroke, but she came back on the freestyle to win it. Alice Mackey takes it ahead of Lucy Stowes and Ailey Robertson.
A fantastic finish to that race, very thrilling, and it is Alice Mackey that prevails just by 0.19 second from Lucy Stowes in second place, Ailey Robertson in third place in lane 6.
Well, absolute cracker there again. Alice Mackey really thought she was going to struggle to come back on the freestyle after being overtaken. The momentum was all with Lucy Stowes and Ailey Robertson, but Mackey dug in on that freestyle to take it. The next heat is ready to go. It's the girls 15-16 years 200 metres individual medley. Evie J. Clark, 0 from Lochaber. Faith Yuda from Mackey Academy in 1. Ellie McDougall from Milburn Academy in 2. Imogen Collins, Taylor High School in 3. Rowan Saunders from Craigmount in 4. Holly Lumsden goes in 5 from Boroughmuir. Amber Stevenson from Belmont Academy in 6. Ayumi Falls from Taylor High School in 7. Anna Williamson in 8 from St Andrews Academy. And Hannah Loffrey from Lochaber goes in lane number 9. Where is this one going to go? The entry time's all pretty close, within about 3 or 4 seconds of each other right across the field, so danger all over the place, I would suggest. Holly Lumsden leads them through in the centre lane though. Rowan Saunders, we saw her, those two swimmers swim earlier today, and also going well right out there in lane number 9 was Hannah Loffrey, who was featuring in the top 3 or 4 as they went through that butterfly leg. Rowan Saunders, showing her class on the backstroke here, getting ahead of Holly Lumsden with that green cap, and Rowan Saunders has opened up quite a substantial lead here as they come into the halfway point. Saunders goes over in 1:08.90. The lead is around about 3.5 seconds, so that backstroke making a big difference for Rowan Saunders.
Yeah, youth squad member is Rowan and swam very well down that leg. 1:08.9 at the turn. Holly Lumsden second place in lane 5. Third place in lane 6 for Amber Stevenson, but this is all about Rowan Saunders at the minute, the Craigmount High School swimmer, looking very strong on this breaststroke leg again. Rowan, another one of the swimmers away last weekend with the Scottish swimming team, and that experience standing her in great stead here in this event. And she's pulling away down this breaststroke leg, and she's building up a big lead, and she's going to set the time, I think, for the next heat. 1:54 dead as they go through 1:50. Second place for Holly Lumsden, lane 5, but nearly 4 seconds behind. Third place, lane 2 for lane 3 for Imogen Collins, ahead of Amber Stevenson in 6. But this is all about Rowan Saunders. How much has she got left in the tank down this last 25 metres? Entry time 2:31.24. I think she's going to go under that. That might have been a short course time in the qualifiers for this, but she's very impressive. The further this race goes, the bigger the lead she's building, and she's going to take this. She's going to be under her entry time, and she's going to set the time at 2:28.99. Strong swim from Rowan, well done. In second place coming through will be Holly Lumsden, 2:35.84. Third place Amber Stevenson. But Rowan certainly put that race to bed on the backstroke leg, Paul, and just went further and further away from the field as the race went on.
Yeah, real substantial win there. Almost 7 seconds the advantage at the end for Rowan Saunders. And that backstroke certainly was the difference there. Once she got ahead, she never really looked back. No one really challenged her. And that is a good target for this heat to come.
It certainly is. We've got some strong swimmers in this heat as well. We've got Mia Ferguson in lane 0 from Hamilton. Lane 1, Anna de Grosser, Gala Academy. Lane 2, Rachel Saunders from Watsons. Lane 3, Scarlett Ferris, Belle Baxter. Lane 4, Drew Mackenzie, Glasgow School of Sport. Lane 5, Erin Taylor from Balwearie. Lane 6, Isabel Wood from Dunblane High School. Lane 7, Martha Rees, High School Dundee. Lane 8, Catherine Boddy from Meldrum Academy. And Lane 9, Sky Mulholland from Golder Glen. So Drew Mackenzie in lane 4, straight out of the water in the 200 free, in the 100 free, and back into the water in the 200 AM, showing her versatility. Fastest entry time 2:24.9, and she's leading down the fly with 30.5, so already a second faster than the previous heat. Second place in lane 2 for Anna de Grosser. After that, third place in lane 3 for Scarlett Ferris. But Drew Mackenzie in fantastic form and holding it together on the backstroke leg. Coming through in lane 3 is Scarlett Ferris, strong on the backstroke. Lane 2, Rachel Saunders. Also going well in lane 6, Isabel Wood. But at the halfway point, it's going to be Drew Mackenzie, who is comfortably in the lead. Second place is Rachel Saunders in lane 2. Third place, lane 3 for Scarlett Ferris. And fourth place, lane 6, Isabel Wood, as they turn onto the breaststroke leg.
I wonder if anyone can challenge Drew Mackenzie on this breaststroke leg. You've got to think, after that 100 freestyle record-breaking swim just a short while ago, that she's going to be very, very strong on the freestyle at the end of this medley. Can anyone make inroads to the lead that Drew Mackenzie has? The most likely one at the moment is 2 lanes up, and that's Rachel Saunders from Watsons. She's trying to come back on Drew Mackenzie, but Drew Mackenzie is going to lead them through. The Glasgow School of Sport swimmer is going to have an advantage as they turn onto the freestyle, and she's going to be very tough to beat now as she heads for home. In second spot, Rachel Saunders. In third place, I think it's just Scarlett Ferris, who was in between the two leaders here. But here comes Drew Mackenzie heading for home now. The Glasgow School of Sport swimmer really going to struggle for anyone to catch her now. But Rachel Saunders is giving it a good bash. But Drew Mackenzie surely has enough now. She comes past the red markers into the last 15. She's under the flags now. It's Drew Mackenzie into the red zone. She's going to take this one. Drew Mackenzie will take it in 2:24.36. She will take the gold medal. Rachel Saunders will be in second position, and third spot, well, 2:29 for Scarlett Ferris. I think that'll put her behind Rowan Saunders. So we've got a medal from the first heat for Rowan Saunders. It's not gold, it's not silver though, because they belong to Drew Mackenzie and Rachel Saunders. Great swim from Drew Mackenzie, and once she got onto that freestyle leg, you couldn't see anyone heading her.
You're absolutely right, Paul, and she's only been out of the water 15-20 minutes. She's backed that up with a fantastic swim in the multidiscipline event in the individual medley. Second place for Rachel Saunders, and our bronze medalist, as you've rightly called, will come from the previous heat, and Rowan Saunders. Shows what a good swim that was in that previous heat. 2:28.99, good enough for the bronze medal.
So the 17 to 19 years 200 metres individual medley just about to take the start. Lexi Cochrane from Mearns Academy in lane 0. Ellie Riley goes in lane number 1. Amy Ash in 2. Amy Ash representing Straven. Alexandra Murray from Boroughmuir in lane number 3. Katie Goodburn back in the water again, firm favourite for this one. Katie Goodburn from Erskine and Stuart Melville. She goes in lane 4. Rachel Grant from Garnock Academy goes in lane 5. Zara Cowan from Larbert High girls in lane number 6. Lily Lambert from Glasgow School of Sport in 7, and Emily Riach from Meldrum Academy in lane number 8. Down at the bottom of your screen there. The leading 3 are in 3, 4 and 5. Alexandra Murray, Katie Goodburn and Rachel Grant. Katie Goodburn, again, one of the rising stars of Scottish swimming. Erskine Stewart's Melville swimmer. Some an excellent 100 breaststroke in the afternoon session to take gold in that one. She'll be looking for her second gold of these championships. Once you get into the breaststroke leg, expect Katie Goodburn to extend that lead. She has a lead of around about a second and a half. I would imagine that's going to increase.
We would think so, Paul. We'll wait and see. Katie leading the way. Strong swim in the first 100 from Rachel Grant in lane 5 in second place. Going well, Ellie Riley in Royal High in third place in lane 1. Ellie also very good on the breaststroke, but as you rightly thought, Katie Goodburn starting to pull away down this third 50. Probably better known as a breaststroker than an individual medley, but once again, just like Drew McKenzie did in the previous heat, showing that all-round ability in all 4 strokes. And Katie pulling away. The gap was a second and a half. We'll have a look at what it is at the 150, but it's certainly bigger than that. Ellie Riley going well in lane 1. Ellie, a good strong swimmer, and she's going to come with second, but that gap's nearly over 5 seconds now, and Katie clearly has put this one to bed, I'm sure. Ellie Riley in second place, third place in lane 5 for Rachel Grant. This is very much Katie Goodburn against the clock. The record for here, this is 2:22.28. The question is, can she get near that? It's looking very difficult, I think, from here. Ellie Riley, good second place in lane 1 for her, the Royal High swimmer. Third place, lane 5, Rachel Grant. But this is going to go to Katie Goodburn. It's close to the record, 2:22.09, and it's another record. It is 0.19 of a second. Katie Goodburn breaks the 17 to 19 200 metre individual medley by nearly 0.2 of a second. Second place for Ellie Riley, third place for Rachel Grant, but a new record for Katie Goodburn, 2:22.09 for the Erskine Stewart Melville swimmer.
Well done, Katie Goodburn. We're just looking with about half a length to go, about 15-20 metres to go. We thought, oh, it's going to be close, this one. It might just slip by, but it didn't. Katie Goodburn head down in the final stages, and she takes that one. 2:22.09, couple of tenths a second inside the record. Superb swim. Katie Goodburn on great form. She's got a Scottish Schools Championship record to her name. Excellent way there to finish the individual medleys for the girls.
And we're moving on to the presentations now. As you can see on the screen, some bright, smiley, happy, clappy faces, which is great to see. Bronze medal here from Kyle Academy, Ailey Robertson. Silver medalist from Perth High School is Lucy Stowes. And a very happy George Watson's College swimmer, Alice Mackey, who's going to take the gold medal.
That was another tough swim, wasn't it? Really close contest there. We did think Lucy Stokes was going to come through and take that one in the closing stages, but again, Alice Mackey showing real strength. 14 years of age, probably just 13 actually, because it's age at the end of the year. We're only just in January. Alice Mackey, great swim there to hold off the challenge. And
that's the beauty of, as you call it in the race, Paul, of the individual medley. You know, and often the lead can change hands many times, as it did in that race. Alice had the lead, she lost it, and she got it back again. She showed such determination down that last 50, and a well-deserved gold medal. 15-16 age group now coming onto the podium. Bronze medalist Rowan Saunders from Craigmount. She won that from the first heat, so a great swim from Rowan. That's the second time today that's happened that a swimmer from the first heat has won a medal, so well done her. Silver goes to George Watson's Rachel Saunders, no relation. And the gold medalist goes to Drew McKenzie, Glasgow School of Sport. And Drew, second time she's been on that podium in the last 20 minutes, Paul. Fantastic double for her.
Yeah, she's had a good night, hasn't she? Drew McKenzie taking that one. And another gold medal for her. A record in the 100 free. And another gold there in the 200 metres individual medley. 2 events that all the swimmers are allowed to swim at these championships. The 12-year-olds only allowed to swim 1 event, but if you're 13 years and over, you're allowed to swim 2. So Drew McKenzie, 100% record in her events.
So we've no results through for this one, so we'll have to go from memory, Paul. But I think we can do this one. In third place was Rachel Grant from Granock Academy. Our silver medalist was Ellie Riley from Royal High, and we certainly can't forget our winner here, Another new Scottish Schools record, this time for Katie Goodburn of Erskine, Stuart Melville.
Yeah, excellent swim there. 2:22.09 for Katie Goodburn, shaving a couple of tenths of a second off that old record mark. So well done for Katie Goodburn to take that record and to increase our tally of records too, John.
I think that's either 13 or 14, Paul, but I think we had more in this session than any other. So session 3,
right.
End of the day, these swimmers are doing fantastically well, and who knows, there's time yet, maybe in this event.
Yeah, it is. That's our final event, isn't it? The 100 breaststroke. I think
It
that's
is.
the conclusion. We've got the 3 age groups for the boys to come. 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17, 19 to close the proceedings here at the Brodie Scottish Schools Championships 2020.
And in Heat 1 in the boys 13, 1400 metre breaststroke, Lane 0 we have Callum Gold from Robert Gordon College. Lane 1 Jaden Chan, Lawrence Hill Academy. Lane 2 Anthony Bradley from Trinity. Lane 3 Finn Bannerman, Perth Academy. Lane 4 Soren Fontaine, Albion School. Lane 5 Lewis Gray, St Columbus. Lane 6 Jake Holmes from Holy Cross. Lane 7 Romas Kringelis from Airdrie. Lane 8 Ewan Jones from Queensferry. And Lane 9 Andrew McGrain from Grief High School. So 2 lengths of the pool, 100 metre breaststroke. Entry times here range from 1:21.74, lane 4 Soren, through to 1:24.77, so closely matched on paper. Then it is lane 4 Soren leading the way, Soren Fontaine from the Albion School. Going well in lane number 2 is Anthony Bradley from Trinity. Also going well in lane 6 is Jake Holmes as they come up to this first turn, and it's 4 and 6 leading the way, Soren in 4, Jake in 6. It's just lane 6, Jake Holmes touches first, second place for Soren Fontaine in lane number 4, third place Lewis Gray in 5, so everything to play for coming down this second 50. Jake Holmes, Holy Cross swimmer, 1:23.47 is his entry time. Second place for Soren Fontaine in lane 4, third place for Lewis Gray in lane 5, so the middle lanes have it, and it's lane 6, Jake Holmes. Looks like he's going to bring this one home with about 50 metres to go. Second place, lane 4, Soren Fontaine. Anthony Bradley in lane 2 going well. Lewis Gray in lane 5. But as they come under the flags, it is going to be lane 6. Jake Holmes is going to take the touch. Let's have a look at the clock. He's going to be under his entry time. 1:20.13 for Jake. Second place for Soren in lane 4. We'll just have to wait for the official results. The scoreboard's gone blank. But certainly the person who touched first was Jake Holmes in lane 6. Second place was lane 4 Soren Fontaine. The scoreboard does mean that unfortunately it is lane 6 Jake disqualified for technical infraction. So our winner is of that heat, Soren Fontaine in lane 1 from lane 4. Second place Anthony Bradley in lane 2. As we move on to the second heat.
That's a pity, wasn't it?
It was a pity.
Jake Holmes swam a very good race there, well inside his entry time, but unfortunately disqualified. Going to have another go at it throughout the season. He knows it's there for him.
He absolutely does. He does.
And the next event is on its way now. Heat number 2, Sam Granger from Kelso going in lane 0. Adam Scott from Holyrood High School in lane 1. Jack Mitchell from Oldmacker in lane 2. Mark Scott from Balwearie in lane 3. Matthew McMillan goes in lane 4 for Glenwood High School. Cameron Mitchell from Morningfield goes in lane 5. Fraser McIntosh St Ninians in 6. Guy Pelosi from Hutchison in 7. Luke Jansen from Holyrood in 8. And Lewis Brander from Grove Academy in lane number 9. Well, what a race we saw in the 200 breaststroke. Matthew McMillan just getting away from Cameron Mitchell, stretching away in that final 50, but Cameron Mitchell was certainly up with Matthew McMillan all the way through. It was only the closing stages of the 200 that McMillan pulled away, in a real tussle between the two here. Matthew McMillan and Cameron Mitchell, they are absolutely side by side now. McMillan with the black hat, Mitchell with the pink hat. He is not giving this one up. Cameron Mitchell wants his revenge. Matthew McMillan now, what has he got left? He's renowned for his strength in the closing stages, and McMillan will kick again, but Mitchell comes back again. McMillan just for the edge, Mitchell coming back. Who's going to get the touch? Oh, on the finish, it's McMillan will get it in 1:12.17 with Cameron Mitchell in second place. But what a race that was, And Matthew McMillan takes his second title of the day, with Cameron Mitchell just behind him in second position. And the screen has gone blank again. Oh my goodness, are we going to get another decision that will affect those top two positions? Well, it has come through. There is a disqualification. It doesn't affect the top two, and the top three are confirmed as Matthew McMillan, with Mitchell in second place and Jack Mitchell in third spot.
Great race, and just outside the record. Matthew was going for his second gold, which he's achieved, and just missed his second record of the day. Pushed all the way by Cameron Mitchell from Moneyfield. Great race from the two boys there. Moving on to the 15-16 age group. Lane 0 in this first heat, Craig Stevens from Gordonstown. Lane 1, Brandon Aitchison from Bucky. Lane 2, Sam Harrison from St Columbus. Lane 3, Drew Cole from Harris Academy. Lane 4, Cameron Arthur from Ellen Academy. Lane 5, Grisha MacDonald, Hamilton. Lane 6, Callum Ferretti from Bearsden Academy. Lane 7, Robbie Stewart from Lords. Lane 8, Micah Van Blurk, Merchiston. And Lane 9, Gregor Young, Falkirk High. Cameron Arthur, Lane 4. Fastest entry time here, 1:12.68, and he's leading the way. Also going well, Lane 5, Grisha MacDonald as they come up to the turn, and it is just Grisha just taking over. Going well, Lane 8 as well, but it's going to be Grisha MacDonald in first place. Second place there, Cameron Arthur. Third place in Lane 8, Micah Van Blurt going well. So we've got Lane 4, Cameron Arthur, Lane 4, Grisha MacDonald, and Lane 8, Micah Van Blurt. Lane 5, Hamilton's Grisha MacDonald. Lane 8, Micah Van Blurt from Merchiston, and it is Micah now starting to really put the turbo down this second 50 and start to pull away, and he's looking very strong as they come under the flags. Merchiston swimmer 1:15.34 his entry time, and he's going to set this in a very impressive time of 1:12.24. Second place, Lane 5, Grisha MacDonald. Third place in Lane 4 for Cameron Arthur. Very strong swim there from Micah Van Blurt. Merchiston 1:12.24 in lane number 8.
Oh, great swim there from lane number 8, Micah Van Blurt, 1:12.24. Big improvement of 3 seconds there. Micah Van Blurt, McDonald in second, and Arthur in third spot. But, well, 1:12.24 is the target for this heat to come. We see Liam Campbell, Claren High School in 0, Alistair Finlay from Kinross High in 1, Thomas Christie from Bucksburn in 2, Murray Pritchard from Kinross High School, he goes in lane number 3, Matthew Garrity on the top of those two yellow lanes, he goes in 4 from Cliveview Academy. Liam Murphy, the winner of the 200 breaststroke, goes in lane number 5, Linlithgow Academy. We have Jamie Littlefield from Watson's in lane number 6, Finn Bremner from Fettis in 7, Alex Smith from St Mungo's in 8, and Jack Jardine from Dumbarton Academy, who goes in lane number 9. 3 swimmers all together as they go over at the 50 metres mark. Murray Pritchard, Matthew Garrity and Liam Murphy. Well, can anyone break into those 3? They were the 3 medalists in the 200 metres breaststroke. They look like they're going to be the 3 medalists in the 100 metres breaststroke, but what is the order going to be? It was Murphy, Garrity and Pritchard in that order in the 200. Is it going to change here? Garrity looking good in lane number 4. Matthew Garrity leading Liam Murphy now, coming in to the final 5 metres. It's going to be very tight indeed, but Matthew Garrity is going to take it. He does take it in 1:07.83. A good time there for Matthew Garrity to take that one ahead of Liam Murphy. And in third place it is Murray Pritchard. So the 3 medalists again from the 200 are the 3 medalists from the 100, but in a slightly different order. Matthew Garrity on the top spot this time.
That's very strong second 25, second 50 there from Matthew. He's behind it halfway. Mark Murray Pritchard led down the first 50, but it was Matthew and Liam that came back the stronger, and Matthew gets his revenge. And it's gold in the 100 to go with his silver in the 200. Liam having to settle for silver this time around. So we move on to our final event of the day, and it's the boys 17-19 100 metre breaststroke. Lane 0, Alistair Peterson from George Watson's. Lane 1, David Blair from Holyrood High School. Lane 2, Finlay Wallace, Montrose Academy. Lane 3, Marius Kringelis from Airdrie. Lane 4, Theo Goodfellow, Fife College. Lane 5, Joshua Mitchell, Erskine Stewart Melville. Lane 6, Sam Glenn from Lenzie. Lane 7, Matthew Hanlon, Nicholson Institute. Lane 8, Jack Milne, Harris Academy. And Lane 9, Lucas Weir from Nairn Academy. So, our final event of the day. We've got the 2nd, 3rd and 4th from the 200. Finley took the silver medal in lane 2. Joshua took the bronze in lane 5. Theo was 4th in lane 4. And we'll see if the order changes. And going up the first 50, it's going to be lane number 3, I think, Marius Kringelis. He touches, it's Joshua Mitchell first, 31.6. Marius second, 31.75. So it's Theo Goodfellow in 4, leading the way from Marius Kringelis in Joshua Mitchell in 5, from Marius Kringelis in 4. Coming through strongly in lane 4, Theo Goodfellow. So it's 25 metres to go. It's going to be, at the minute, Joshua Mitchell in lane 5, working hard. Theo Goodfellow in 4, Marius Kringelis in 3. Finley Wallace working hard, back end in lane 2. But it looks like it's going to be lane 5. Joshua Mitchell, he's going to take gold here. It's going to be very close for second. Joshua touches first, 107.33. Silver for Finley Wallace. Very strong second 50 from Finley. Third place for Theo Goodfellow. So it's Joshua Mitchell in first place, second place Finley Wallace, and third place will go to Theo Goodfellow.
Yeah, well done to Joshua Mitchell. Wins that one by a clear margin in the end, 107.33. It was a very close contest though for second. Finley Wallace and Theo Goodfellow just side by side there, separated by 0.2 of a second. But a good way to finish the swimming action. Stay with us, we have some presentations to come as well. We've got the presentations for this boys 100 breaststroke, and also the all important presentations for the best boy and best girl in each of the age groups that we have seen in action over 3 sessions of this 2020 Brodie Scottish Schools Swimming Championships. So the medalists for the 13-14 years 100 breaststroke: Jack Mitchell from Oldmacher takes the bronze medal. What a tussle it was for the gold and silver. Cameron Mitchell from Monifieth in second spot, but it's another gold to Matthew McMillan of Glenwood High School. Matthew McMillan taking that one. What strength he shows in the closing stages of his races. Another medal from my old high school, John.
Well, that's good to hear, Paul.
Yeah. Always good to see Glenwood get a mention. Not that I'm biased or anything.
Matthew's done well today. That's 2 goals for him.
Yeah, his sister also with 2 bronzes as well.
That's right,
so
Jacqueline, yeah, his big sister. Good for Carnegie as well. Moving on to the 15-16 age group. Same finalists as the 200, but a different order. Murray Pritchard is second bronze of the day from Kinross High School. Silver for Liam Murphy from Linlithgow. And the gold this time to Clydeview's 13-14 girl. 2 gold medals today for Sarah in the 100 and the 200 back, so a well-deserved winner. In the boys 13-14, no surprise it's gone to one of our record holders from today. 200 front crawl, 202.15, a new record. Stefan Kravitz. There's Sarah just coming forward to get her trophy. 13-14 girls. It'll be Stefan who will come forward to pick up the boys' silverware. Watch these names over the next few years.
Yeah, I bet there's some names on the trophies for best boy and girls in the age groups. We've seen a lot of the top swimmers swim through Scottish Schools. Hannah Miley was a red.
Girls all day, and that goes to Yvonne Brown. Fantastic swim from Yvonne.
Yeah, I remember the smile on the face of Yvonne Brown when she saw that time. Big improvement for her, and she said the highest point total that we had all day. So Yvonne not going to be able to be here to collect the trophy. She must have headed away early. And the final winner, John?
And the final winner in the boys, 17-19, with a time of 2:09.29 in the 200 metre individual medley, goes to Angus Allison, Broughton High School. Angus, a member of the Scottish Youth Squad, fantastic swimmer in IM, 200 and 400, and no surprise to see his name on the trophy today, Paul, at all.
Well, the officials are departing the poolside. It's now time for us to depart. I hope you've enjoyed your first experience of the live stream, John.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for guiding me through it on the way. Yeah, I hope to be able to do it again sometime. It's been an absolute pleasure. More importantly, I hope the viewers at home have enjoyed some fantastic swims today. The swimmers have done us proud here It's been a fantastic day swimming, and yeah, we hope to see you on the next live stream very soon.
Absolutely. Many thanks to you, John. Many thanks to Duncan McKinnell for this afternoon, and also to Ian Wright for this morning on the live stream. I've been Paul Noble. I've been with you all day. Thank you very much for your company, and have a very good night. Goodbye for now. We'll see you next time.